guys. Welcome. We're here to talk just for a few minutes about getting ready for the holidays. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, just a couple days away. And especially if you're following a PhD, a proper human diet, somewhere on that spectrum, whether it's keto, ketovore, carnivore, lion, wherever you are, the next month and a half could be a little challenging. And so just a couple quick tips we want to leave you guys with for menu planning, grocery planning, and just a couple of tips to help keep you on track through the holidays. So one thing we did is we got a menu together. We know what we're going to eat, and this is specific for the holidays, but we're also this applies to any given week, as far as planning out what you're going to do. Um, not only for specific meals, but hey, build in some leftovers too. Why not? So, babe, what is on the menu for Thanksgiving? I am so curious to know.
All right, so we are going to mini plan. Just keep in mind for the holidays, we are going to do some lookalikes. The lookalikes we don't normally do because we want to stay on track with our lifestyle and to continue being healthy and making sure that we're not denying ourselves anything. Especially if you have children like we do, we don't want them to feel like, oh, I can't have anything but meat. So we are going to do some lookalikes, and so with that being said, Thanksgiving morning,
Well, now typically also, yeah, like you said, we tend to stay away from lookalikes for a couple of reasons. The biggest one is that food addiction is a real thing. Carb addiction, your relationship with food, it's both a physiological and a psychological, mental thing. And so the lookalikes can be very tempting to just slide right back into the bad habits that you had before. Where if it's a keto treat, well, and I'm not talking about the stuff that comes in a wrapper or a box. I'm talking about something that you make. But even that could be very easy to slide right back into the real thing, which is full of sugar and seed oils and so on. But also just mentally, it could just get you off track. So typically we avoid those. The holidays we have a little bit more latitude, and that's typically because you're going to see it out everywhere. You're going to be going to dinners and get-togethers with other people, where things like that will be there. You can offer a healthier alternative, and then of course in your own home, you'll have good quality foods that you've made yourself. And we've got a few examples on our menu. So that's just a quick word on lookalikes. It just keeps your head in the game.
it does. And the other thing too is, even if you're not on the keto lifestyle and you enjoy the other folks, that's okay too. If you're family members or if you're with a group that doesn't do that lifestyle, it's okay. Just if you fall off the wagon, just get back on, forgive yourself, and move on, and just start it again. I am one of those people that will fall off the wagon and get back on it again, fall off the wagon and get back on it again, because I notice a difference. Like, I notice I am more fatigued, I'm more tired, I'm not doing as well. I notice the inflammation going on. I hurt in places that I go, why do I hurt? It's almost like brushing your teeth and drinking some orange juice and going, ew, I shouldn't have brushed my teeth.
I knew better.
Yes, knew better. So, with that being said, our menu for Thanksgiving is pretty simple. We use a variety of recipes from different people, and then we tweak it to what we like. We are going to be doing like the turkey legs. We don't do a whole turkey. We just prefer the dark meat, and so I'm going to be getting 2 or 4 large turkey legs.
Viking sized.
Not, I'm just saying it's not Disney World size, but yes, they're huge. And then we're going to be doing ham, and Neil is going to make his sweet potatoes. And that's really good. It's a winner with the girls, which is unusual. And then we're going to do not green not bean casserole. So instead of green beans, it's going to be asparagus, and it's going to be keto friendly.
That's what are Kim and Nisha's recipes, right?
Yes, it is. It is. We're using a couple of their recipes from their holiday cookbook, and that will be in the link as well. So we have some other things.
Oh, and the sweet potato, that's a Maria Emmerich that we did last year. Oh, yeah. Last year was an ambush Thanksgiving. We didn't tell anybody that it was, keto recipes, and it was all keto friendly. There was like, 3 carbs for the whole meal for everybody. No, not. But yeah, we surprised everybody afterwards when they were raving about how good it tastes. We said, oh yeah, by the way, you just ate keto. You just ate proper human diet food. They're like, so yeah, the Maria Emmerich, the sweet potato, was a winner for sure, and we're excited about this new recipe that's not green bean casserole.
Our youngest asked for asparagus. She was like, I really don't want green bean casserole. I really want asparagus. So we are gonna do asparagus and do asparagus casserole as green, not bean casserole. And we'll do that as time goes on. We'll show you guys how we tweaked it, how we made it, and all that stuff, and then you can see for yourself. We are also adding dressing, and it is made from pork rinds.
Is it stuffing?
The stuffing, it's not being stuffed, but I call it dressing. Some people call it stuffing. Whatever.
Where are you from? What do they call it where you live?
So
let us know.
Yes. So we're going to be using Pork King's Good Rind Crumb stuffing.
Porking good.
It is really, really good. And we are going to make another recipe from Neisha and Kim's book, and that is the gravy. And then for dessert, we're going to be doing lemon curd pie that is from All Day I Dream About Food. It is a really good recipe, and we really enjoy that. We like those tart things, the youngest and I do anyway. And then we're going to make a pecan pie, but we're not sure which recipe we're using yet, but we're getting there. Now, that morning, because we are still going to be intermittent fasting.
Even on a holiday?
Even on a holiday, we actually intermittent fast until we're ready to eat. But with that being said, I am going to make the Oopsie Cloud bread, and I'm going to do the cream cheese. So it's almost similar to a Danish for the girls, so it's a treat for them. And then we're also going to be making pumpkin bread as well. Now, there is an ingredient in here that I am interested in. It's in the keto gravy, and it's called konjac. It's kind of expensive, so I'm excited about trying it, especially if it's going to be keto friendly. So we are going to be doing that. So with that being said, during the holidays, this is something we do on the weekly basis usually, or 2 weeks in advance. We plan out our menu, and then I like to break it down. So when I say break it down, we figure out what kind.
Not that breakdown.
No. So with that being said, we like to I like to go to certain grocery stores, and I like to buy things from certain places. So with that being said, like Trader Joe's, I will only buy certain things from Trader Joe's, and I don't buy it from anybody else because it works in my recipes. It is a no-fail, and I'm just going to stick with that because it doesn't have that extra ingredient. So with that being said, what I'll do.
And also, this isn't just for Thanksgiving Day. This is going to give us 3, 4, maybe 5 days of leftovers, and we typically try to build that in to any menu planning. Is don't just make one meal, make a meal and a half or two, just to make your food dollar stretch out a little bit more. Or like Neolife Keto Sherry says in the community, make your pennies bleed.
Yeah, and especially if you have a busy lifestyle, if you have children, or you don't like to spend a whole lot of time in the kitchen, always making extra, and then you can either put it in the fridge or in the freezer so it's ready for the next time. I don't always have the time to cook, and I'd rather cook and have leftovers and make new things. Like tonight we had marinated pork, and we had plenty of pork left over, so one night we're gonna do like a I already forgot, didn't I? Okay, so we're gonna do like cut up pork, and then we're gonna put it in like a frittata. And so we'll have a pork frittata, and then that will be a great way to. It's easy, simple, and it's still good. And then the girls can have pork tacos. You can even just, you know,
You could
eat,
even just heat it up and eat it.
which is what he will probably do, because that's what he normally does. So, with that being said, what I do when I menu plan for the week, for the holidays, whenever you're doing, and you're trying to make your money stretch, I usually take all the recipes and I write down each ingredient and as I go, and then I figure out like
What do
if
we
I,
already have?
yes, what we already have and what we need. Like butter is a big thing for us. We go through a lot of butter. And so I don't really like to buy more than what we have. I like to keep a little bit extra on hand just so if we want something different, I have that little bit of extra. But this will keep me on task and keeps me from going to the grocery store, 20 different times in 2 days, 3 days, especially with the holidays. And I don't like going to a busy grocery store because usually people are not very nice and not very happy. I want to be happy during the holidays.
It's
So
the happiest time of the year.
it should be. But with that being said, we will write down what we need and then I break it down to which grocery stores I'm going to buy certain products from. Like Sam's, they have larger bulks. I will buy things like sausage from them because our girls will eat sausage every morning. That's just part of their protein. We've got a little one that doesn't really care for eggs, and so if she eats 2 or 3 sausage patties, she's pretty happy, and then she's not so hungry until lunch. So, and then like Trader Joe's, I'm picky about certain products, so I buy certain things from them, and it's worth the the money that I pay for that. Usually, I find like their specialty cheeses is cheaper for me to buy it from them, and I know I will use it all. And then there's certain things I buy online, and like almond flour, I will buy from Amazon because I find that it's cheaper and it's shipped to the house, so I don't have to make an extra trip to the grocery store. So usually I take one day and I go to all the grocery stores I need to go to, but I break down my list so that I know exactly what I'm getting from each store, and it makes my life a little bit easier because usually it's on the outskirts of the store. I don't have to go through each aisle. So that makes it a little bit easier. And we pretty much stay with the same products the majority of the time, like the main meats, the main, produce or fruits or deli. We don't usually go to the deli. So we usually buy our meat and then we make our own sliced thin meat for the sandwiches or whatever. So, and like Fresh Market, he brought this up a while back. We know that Fresh Market has buy one get one free bacon on Mondays, and we usually go and buy $80 worth of bacon and pay half the price and put it in the freezer. We go through quite a bit of bacon.
Yeah, we get the look though too. You want how much?
Yeah. So and
You
then
heard me.
so when they start seeing us, they're like, "Oh, we already know what she wants. She's
Yeah,
gonna
go to the back, get another box.
Yeah, usually they bring out another box because they're usually on Mondays. They're bacon buy 1 pound get 1 pound free is such a good deal, and we use it quite a bit. So, with that being said, so we break down our list, and
My goodness.
so I don't know if you can really see it. Don't mind the scrapping, but as we go through the list of what we need, I scratch out what we already have, and then I put on my list on what we need to get from certain grocery stores. So with that being said, I like menu planning. It makes my life easier. I already know what we're going to be making. I know that we're going to be satisfied and not have the tendency to go to fast food restaurants.
Yeah, or just get whatever less good option there might be. It just helps you stay on track with your PhD, especially through the holidays. And one other thing, and I know Dr. Berry has done videos, some of the other people that we follow talk about this too, just as a good hack going through the holidays. The next month and a half is going to be a little challenging for all of us. Uh, you're going to be invited to get-togethers and family gatherings, and you got to try a little piece of Aunt Tessie's pie and Uncle Ferd's green bean casserole or whatever. Yeah, have a little taste, but if you're unsure whether or not you can make it, either mentally or just whatever, eat before you go. You've got good food at home. Eat before you go. Maybe not till you're comfortably stuffed. Leave a little bit of room, but just be ready so that you can have a little sample. And some things are tradition. Don't want you breaking tradition, but I also don't want you to break your blood sugar or break your diet, your lifestyle. Ask yourself: is having a good A1C, is having a good triglyceride count, good HDL, is having a low inflammation, is that worth it to say no? I think I'll just have a little taste of that cheesecake, and I love cheesecake, by the way. See, that's where a look-alike recipe is perfectly okay.
Okay.
Just so I don't eat the whole thing in one sitting. No, but
oh, he will.
No, I won't. But yeah, so just to help keep your head in the game. Some people may not have to do that, but if you think you may need to, yeah, just eat before you go. And then if you're asked to bring something, you don't have to say, well, it has to be a keto dish, or that's all I'm going to bring. Don't be a weirdo. Just be normal, and just say, I would love to prepare something. I know you're going to love it. And shh, don't tell them. Worked for us. We had that ambush Thanksgiving last year. People had no idea, and they were like, that's keto? Yeah, that was Scooby-Doo. And they loved it. And guess what? From that, is your mom and dad, do they, now they're not, strict carnivores, do they eat a lot better than they used to? Mm-hmm. Are they a lot closer on a proper human diet spectrum than they ever were?
My mom is. She definitely has noticed a big difference. She used to be the runner and everything else. She had some injuries going on, and so it had made it difficult for her to do her normal routine for quite some time. And so she has noticed a change in her life, and she feels better, and she's gotten back down to the weight that she's happy at.
Without doing the multiple mile runs every morning and having a primarily vegetarian diet for decades.
And she really enjoys the way that she's living her life now with the way that she eats. So does she still like to walk and run and do all that? Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And she loves the fact that she knows that she can do it and it's not going to hurt her. She does it because she enjoys. That's her time to herself and her lifestyle. So with that being said, it's okay to make things. I have made multiple meals for other people. As a matter of fact, some of the things I make with families, they have large families, I'll make the keto lasagna. And they don't really know that it's keto friendly. I just try not to make a big deal about it.
Right.
But I do mention I am keto, and I try to stay on that lifestyle because I want to maintain my weight loss. At one point in my life, I weighed over 420 pounds. I am nowhere near that anymore. I am more than halfway down from that weight, and I want to continue on that lifestyle because I want to be here, and I don't want to have any more inflammation because some of the products that I eat that are outside of the keto-friendly world, I notice I hurt, I don't feel good, I'm usually fatigued, and that really has made a difference. So as a bariatric patient, I don't get to eat that much, so what I do eat, I'm trying to make it count and make sure that it is worth it. I will say that I fall off the wagon and I get back on it, but I will tell you, I also feel it. When I am off the wagon, I feel it from head to toe. I don't feel good, and then I get to be a bit of a grumpy butt. So I'm just saying. So
I can't say that. I can't say that. But so yeah, so just understand that yeah, it's not well this is keto food versus non-keto. No, it's just food to us. And also if you're following a proper human diet, just understand you'll have people looking at you. You'll have eyes on you, and whether they say anything or not, they're watching, and just give them something worth watching. And these are just some things that we hope that you can use to your advantage, use to your benefit for you and your family. So we're excited. We're going to share some of this stuff down in the notes with some links to recipes and whatnot. So we're excited to be cooking this week. We're excited to get around some family and some friends for Thanksgiving, and then blink and it's Christmas, and blink and it's New Year's, and so it's going to go by fast. So just take a breath and prepare yourself, and just plan it out, and you'll be fine. So we're excited for you guys, and we will talk to you soon.
Stay healthy.